just a
Yes.
13 by 13 specialist.
Yeah, exactly. So
Well,
I'm actually
that's the tactics that you've learned so far, right?
that's what now?
So you're learning the tactics in order. It's the tactics that you learned so far, and you're
Yeah.
learning the tactics in order. Like revisited the beginner lecture series yet?
Yeah, I did actually a little bit. I need to probably rewatch the whole thing, but I rewatched a couple of them.
Awesome.
I've been doing some puzzles. I've watched a couple of Nick Sibicki videos because everybody recommends those too. So I've put in a little training for this match, but
Uh-oh.
They're already redeeming hydrate.
but yeah, I'm still hunting for my first 19 by 19 win. So hopefully I can, I've got 3 cracks at it today at least. So hopefully we can get it done.
Well, I'm going to be training both of you, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Whoever learns faster. Whoever can understand my comments more.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, wow. We got a few people in the OGS chat right now. That's cool. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you, Zeldrak. I'm sure I'm going to need it.
Yeah. 6 people are watching on OGS, and then I have the 2 chat windows up. I'm trying to read the chat, but I'm probably going to ignore a lot of people, and I apologize for that.
Yeah, I'll probably have to ignore my chat a decent amount as well, but I'll do my best. Okay.
No, pay attention to your chat. I have no chat, so I need your distractions.
I'm going to be fighting kibitzing so hard.
Closius, can you do like drawings or annotations on the game? Like I can exit out of the multi-twitch just to make that easier. I mean, I'll have your audio if that helps the audience.
Yeah, I can analyze game at my arm. But yeah, if something urgent comes up that I really want to show the chat, I guess I can show it.
Okay.
I just going, what? Like to a move or something.
Yeah, I
and be like, oops, accidental kibitz. This is going to be more exciting than Lee Sedol versus AlphaGo.
Is it? Let's hope so.
I think I have stronger reactions.
I mean, I would expect more fireworks, right? Because we're going to make more mistakes than those guys.
Shots fired. Like more shots fired moves.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will say I did have like in game, I think it was 3. It was 3 or 4. The one that Lee Sedol won.
4, yeah.
I was watching that live. Yeah, because I didn't watch the first one. Because I was like, Lee Sedol's got this 5-0, no problems. I'm not even going to stay up and bother watching. Lost like the first game. And I think I joined either second or third day. I think I might have joined the third day because I found out he lost like 1 or lost like 2. And I was like, wait, what? He's lost all of them so far? And so I started staying up late, started watching it. And so I watched the game 4 live. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's getting destroyed. What is with this AI? Our Go history's changing right in front of my eyes. And then he played a move. And then AlphaGo played moves that were worse than my level. Like stupid moves. Because the AI broke. Because it was like, he played a move. I didn't expect him to play this move. And for some reason it glitched and played like 3 stupid moves in a row. Like even I could tell they were stupid moves. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, he killed the AI! This is insane!" And I was jumping up in my bed and screaming out loud. And it was...
Yeah, I actually watched that documentary yesterday, so it's a really good.
What'd you think about it?
Oh, it was really fascinating. It was more about like Lee Sedol than I expected it to be more about Go and more about the AI, but I mean, like they didn't even explain the rules of Go in the documentary. They didn't talk that much about what the AI is doing, It kind of just became
the surrounding
about
game, that match.
yeah.
I mean, the surrounding game was more about what Go is and stuff. The AlphaGo documentary was more about, I guess, more about the match between the AIs versus the humans, and how Lee Sedol was the only human. And he's technically the only human in history that has conquered the AI so far. No one has beaten the AI in any match, any official match.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So he's the only one that's done it, and I think he's done it twice. So
Oh wow.
yeah. So the move that actually, the move is totally a troll move, by the way, because the move totally didn't work. The most confusing sequence that he could come up with, and I think he was also in overtime. I don't know, his time was low and everything, but he was like, he didn't know what to do, and that one seemed like it had the most hope. But when the analysis people were going over it, they're like, this is technically a mistake. And the AlphaGo also saw that it was a mistake, but it didn't pick the punishment variation percentage wise. Like if it looked at it again, it would punish him, right? But for some reason, so I call it a glitch, but for some reason it didn't pick the punishment variation. The wedge, I'm pretty sure the wedge technically didn't work. So when I watched it live, they were saying it doesn't work. It's like really cool and it's confusing and stuff, but I think it doesn't work. Like the pro commentators were like, I think it doesn't work. I think it's just not enough. And then the AI went stupid. And they're like, what? This isn't what I expected. And then the AI just kept being stupid for a few more moves, and then Lee Sedol took the lead and never gave it back.
That's amazing.
It was really interesting. It was kind of like, it wasn't like overplay, and it wasn't like a move, but there was a counter to it. So it wasn't like this epic move. It was just the most confusing sequence that he could come up with to give him hope, right? But technically there was a variation that I think countered it. And it wasn't enough to win the game without the AI making a mistake. And it wasn't making mistakes. High-level mistakes. It was really insane. Hello, Silver for Monsters. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I was so relieved when Lee Sedol won a game. Like, you really felt for him during the first 3 games. At least the documentary made it seem like he seemed really stressed and like upset. So I was very happy that he managed to get a game.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. He had the pressure of the world on his shoulders, and he went in thinking this will be easy. And he's like, I'm representing humanity, and I'm down 3-0. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
didn't he retire after it?
Yeah, but that's not the reason why. There's a lot of other stuff. Like there's arguments. He's had a lot of arguments with the Korean Baduk Association. Thank you for the follow. Whedon. I don't know how to say that. Whedon. But there was a lot. It's not just that. He did it, like, it was a part of it, but it wasn't even like half the reason, I think. It had to do with more of the KBA and the disagreements between them.
Sure.
He was, I think after that game though, he was kind of satisfied. Enough and go, or enough of Baduk. And he's like, he represented the world. What more can you get out of that? Next level. I mean, I feel like I've learned as much as I can learn, blah blah blah. So yeah, he's satisfied. Now he also wants to spend more time with his family and stuff, and his daughter and everything else. But a lot of there was a lot of conflict with the KBA. I don't know the exact details because I can't read the Korean articles, and all the English ones are spamming about he retired because he lost to an AI, which is untrue.
Fair enough.
Sounds better, I guess.
Oh man, shots fired.
Holy crap.
Didn't expect that one.
He's in your face.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull a Lee Sedol against AlphaGo.
Okay, Lee Sedol is like the worst pro for you to learn from, okay? He had every single move he has is like, I don't study him because his moves are so well read out. That's why he plays them. It's not basics at all. So if you want to review pro games, I would review Japanese games, like especially the old ones from like 100 years ago. Those are the ones that have like the best shapes and the best basics and stuff. Nowadays, it's all about fighting and reading, but beginners can't read like a pro can for sure. So their moves make no sense. I'm sure. So Lee Sedol is like a terrible example for you to learn from because you can't apply any of his moves at this level.
Fair enough. I was more saying I'm just trying to confuse CL.
Gotcha. I thought you studied his pro games and like, yeah, that's not gonna make any sense.
Oh hell no. Yeah, like it would be so confusing to me.
I was wondering about that though, because like one thing that helped me improve a lot at chess early on was watching Grandmaster games, and I mean maybe not even Grandmaster, but you know, watching strong players play. But like with Go, it's like I feel like I'm not even good enough to comprehend their games yet. So I don't know. It feels like I have to get like basics down, and then maybe I can hope to study master games.
I think you could comprehend Japanese professionals from like 100 years ago. The problem is the styles now, the styles today are all fighty, ready, right? It's just way too complex. And it's all about reading, which if you can't read what they read, it makes absolutely no sense. So I think you could probably comprehend the older games much better than you can comprehend modern games.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a good point, Jeg, in my chat. They can be comprehensible with commentary. Yeah, I mean, I'd be completely hopeless on my own. But yeah, with a strong player providing commentary, I could...
If you want, one of my favorite commented pro game books is The Invincible, about Honimbo Shusaku. He was he's one of the first Go Saints. Maybe the second one, I don't know.
Did you say Go Saints?
Go Saints are basically people who were stronger than everyone else in their time.
Oh, okay.
Like, and then like revolutionized.
Saints is just such a strong word for like a guy who's playing a game, but
yeah, but basically they were so strong that they would have very long winning streaks. Dosaku was the first Go Saint. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't think he's the first. I think he's the second. Shusaku was the second. Go Seigen outshined Shusaku, and now technically Lee Sedol will outshine them both. But Lee Sedol technically wasn't a saint because he isn't stronger than every other player in the world, right? There's no technical Go Saint at the moment. I guess AlphaGo would be considered a Go Saint, but basically you could consider it like AlphaGo would be like that saint level where it's just like no one can beat it, I guess. But basically, it's very, very unlikely for them to lose. That's what made them like saint level. They were just so above their time.
That's pretty cool.
Shusaku was known as a Go Saint. He was like the most famous one for a while, until like Go Seigen. Go Seigen's also famous for revolutionized opening theory because star points actually were not played at all. It was all about the 3-4 points and territory. Influence came about with Go Seigen. He kind of he and some other pros revolutionized modern opening theory. I say modern, now there's new modern because of AlphaGo. But before AlphaGo, Go Seigen was the father of the openings, I guess.
How do the open source neural nets like Leela Go or Leela Zero compare to AlphaGo?
I really don't know. It's too much computer science for me to understand properly. I know Alpha Zero is much stronger than AlphaGo. AlphaGo, I think, has been passed by all the zeros, like Leela Zero, Catago, and Alpha Zero, the original AlphaGo. But I don't understand how or by how much. It's above me.
It's very interesting. Yeah, like it's the same way in chess. I think the original like Alpha chess was completely surpassed by the next one, which was a more what's the term? It was like deep reinforcement learning or something like that. Just played itself like millions and millions of times to like learn what to
Yeah,
do.
that's kind of what AlphaGo did. The first version of AlphaGo played itself, or played or replayed. It had a database of games basically. So all the games like on KGS, which is another Go server, it took like tens of thousands of games and analyzed all of those from like amateur level, from like 20Q level up all the way up to 9 Dan Pro level. It got a database of tens of thousands of games and looked at all of them to figure out what was good, what was bad. Go the next version that played Lee Sedol just played itself for millions of games.
Yeah, super interesting. DeepMind is a fascinating company.
Clausius let them know that in ancient Asia, the game of Go was taken much more seriously as just a game. For example, the emperor had his own Go trainer, and there was many big matches. That way, the idea of Go Saints sounds more understandable. I think it was more in ancient Japan. Oh, you said Asia, not China. I don't know why I said Japan. Yeah, and basically, Go was more than a game. It was more like a military discipline, I guess, for the mind. So, like, I know I believe it was Japan or China. You had to be like 5 Dan military rank. If you weren't 5 Dan and Go, you couldn't achieve a certain military rank.
Oh wow, that's insane.
You weren't considered strategic enough. Yeah, in China, it's one of the 4 fine arts.
Yeah, I remember they
5
in the
to be a sage.
in the AlphaGo documentary. They said it was one of the 4. I couldn't remember what the terms were, but it was like on par with like literature, sage, right? And yeah, it was like super
Go, literature, martial arts, and music. Some sort of music. I think it was Go, literature. I think the last one was calligraphy. I'm not sure if that was a thing though. I thought it was 5, but I'm not convinced I'm right. I'm pretty sure I don't know what I'm talking about. I know it was one of the things to be a sage or something like that. Einstein was able to play Go. Yeah. And the Atari and Tengen gaming companies also knew about Go and played Go. They're companies after Go terms. There's a lot of fascinating history, and you'd be surprised where Go comes up in history unexpectedly. Like in Obama's presidential years or whatever, he actually gifted a Go board to China in the shape of the United States.
Oh, that's cool.
So Trump is a secret 30Q. I feel like I know exactly what stuff. Simon Yun would play like Trump. Trump would play like Simon Yun. That would be Trump style. All the
I have no idea what that means, but I like it.
All the overplay aggressiveness, I feel like would be Trump. Either that, or on the flip side, Trump would play like Takamiya and just go massive moyo. I feel like there'd be one of those two extremes. Either the massive overplay or the massive moyo. Hello, Roxy. Played on a Go board in the shape of North Carolina once. That was actually interesting because the starting moves were actually really valuable because you could seal off a whole section of the state with your starting move.
That's hilarious. What is it? What are the dimensions for that? Like,
there was no like official dimensions. They cut out a piece of wood in the shape of the state and just threw a grid as best they could on it. There's no good dimensions for those. I played on a lot of weird size boards. I played on a 9x9 with no edges. Turns out black is basically imagine the edge of the board shared a liberty with the left side of the board, like the right side of the board and the left side of the board
Oh,
shared liberties, and the top side and the bottom side shared liberties. Someone wrote a program where you could play like that, and you could just keep scrolling it, and it would just like show you. It would just keep repeating the positions or whatever. So it
That
was a
sounds
9x9.
insane.
It was very confusing to read in, but it was a 9x9 with no edges because it would just keep scrolling on itself over itself, like an infinite loop basically. And it turns out black has an insanely high advantage on that. Because turns out without an edge, the second move is very hard. So it became just this ginormous life and death problem. Go on a globe. Get a sphere, put a grid on it. I think they actually have that. I've never played on it though. But they have a sphere. It's not a globe though. Can you imagine a grid on the Earth? Someone said C.L. Smith had some serious training.
I'm looking good. I feel like I'm in good shape, but I didn't really know for sure.
Byoyomi.
Someone said who was the pro that said he could beat God if given 4 stones? I don't know who said that. I forget who said that. I remember there was an expression that the top players in the world could beat God with like 2 or 3 stones. Clearly they were mistaken. Clearly they were wrong. Cocky much? Let me just pull out this computer right here. Just make you feel bad about yourself. Oh, you think you're a ghost saint? How cute. Let me pull up my laptop. Have either of you guys read or watched Hikaru no Go?
I haven't. No, I probably need to at this point, but
it's very fun.
I
10.
really like that series. I've read it and watched it so many times. Now I've
5,
always like wished I had my
4.
own Sai, and Sai was basically Hikaru's like ghost teacher. And he's like this super strong player. Oh, like Honibo Shizaku, that was who Sai possessed, if you remember the backstory. It was based on a real person, which was Honibo Shizaku. Anyway, I always wished I wish I had a Sai that could teach me all the time. And then now we have Leela. I'm like, yay, I got a Sai. And then I realized, no, I have an impossible to beat player that can't explain their moves. That's what I have. A completely useless version of Sai. A Sai that can't talk, basically. That's what I have.
Yeah, when I read that, I always wish I had that for chess, because I read it a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but like in high school.
Honestly, when I was learning Go, like
10.
I was like, man, I wish I had a Sai, and I was like, knowing my luck, I would get a Sai for like Shogi or something instead of Go. I'm like, man, come on, just for the universe to troll me. Like, oh yeah, I'll give you a ghost that's a top professional, but it's not for Go. It's for backgammon or something, some other game. I memorized tic-tac-toe. I don't need a ghost for that. Tic-tac-toe is so easy to solve.
Yeah.
Brute forced tic-tac-toe as a teenager.
Yeah, there isn't enough permutations.
Yeah, after playing Go and stuff and getting like decent at Go, we got on tic-tac-toe, we solved the game, and I was like, this is nothing. What is this? Interesting game. Tic-tac-toe meta is to make Emilio as X.
Ugh.
As a teenager that is late, I didn't even like leave my bedroom and anime binge until I was a teenager.
Bedroom and anime binge.
Yeah, because so my mother moved around a lot, so I was always just watching anime and hanging out with my brother. That's pretty much all we did as kids. And then like we had our school, and then we were homeschooled and stuff. But every Saturday we would watch Kids WB and Toonami, and Dragon Ball Z every week. The Frieza saga lasted half my life. But and then finally we got internet, how to watch anime online, and then I just kept watching it and watching it and watching it and watching it. So that was my childhood. And then I found Hikaru no Go, and then I got into Go, and it started taking me around the world and actually making friends across the country and around the world and stuff, and then it just became my life. Homeschool nerd finds board games.
That's amazing that that's what got you into the game, Hikaru no Go.
Yeah, just
5,
anime nerd.
4,
from kids.
3, 2.
Dude, I loved Kids WB.
Oh, it was the greatest thing ever. I watched Sailor Moon on that thing. I didn't care. It was an amazing network. Okay, it was just it was the best thing to watch on TV. Ronin Warriors, which I tried to rewatch it as an adult, and that show sucked. I was like, why did I like this as a kid? It was so cool as a kid, but watching Ronin Warriors as an adult, it was kind of terrible.
Thanks, Synergo, for following. Appreciate it, man. Sorry, I've been locked in on this game.
Yeah. No, you guys are doing great. No worries. Yeah, Hikaru no Go inspired probably half
What's up, Don't Cry Wolf?
Yeah. 50% of the new players came from Hikaru no Go until AlphaGo. I actually met the author of Hikaru no Go, Yumi Hata.
Really?
Yeah, I met her at a Go Congress once, and I was like, I'm getting her autograph. And I walked up to her, and I was like, oh, Yumi Hata. And I had like my Japanese friend who translated for me. I was like, I just wanted you to know that I learned Go because of Hikaru no Go, and I showed her my badge. I was like, I'm 4-dan now. And she's like, oh, sugoi. Amazing.
How good is she at Go?
she's like a 14 baby. I don't know. We're gonna shout out CL Smith 15. She's but she's an amazing writer. She was a really good writer. I don't know if you know her backstory. Then shout out Aakaash. A writer, and she wrote and she won an award in the Shonen Jump Writers Award. And then she got approved to create Hikaru no Go. She was teamed up with the artist. What's that dude's name?
10.
I forget his name. But
5,
basically she teamed up with the
4.
artist, and that dude can draw, man. That's some amazing artwork. Obata. Mm-hmm. See, I thought it was Obata, and then I was thinking like some Hikaru no Go character was named Obata, and I was like, maybe I'm just being stupid and mixing up names now. Obata Takashi. Yeah, he's an amazing artist, and made Hikaru no Go, and changed my life, literally. Redirected my entire life because they wrote a book. It's funny how stuff like that can happen. Death Note. Yeah, Death Note could change people's lives too, technically. With less words involved.
Death Note's amazing too.
Oh, that is such a good anime.
What's up, Roxy is here. I am here too, yeah. makes sense. What is my strength? Aakaash and I just started playing about a week to 10 days ago. I think this is day 13 for me.
Weeks.
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks now. So yeah, we're noobs, but we've got Klossy teaching us, and there've been a lot of folks in the Go community that have been helping us learn. We're both chess streamers primarily, and we're dipping our toes into the Go waters.
Yeah. I'm converting them.
Yeah.
These are just my first 2. I will dip into the chess community and get like 100. By the end of it, I'm going to be like chess dawn level, like 22,000 or 2,100.
Tricky move, Aakaash. Tricky
100
move.
chess players playing Go.
But this is fine, right?
I'm thinking about trying to like when there's not a pandemic around the world, maybe starting like some mind sports clubs or something, or chess and Go club stuff.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Just use the chess brand to spread Go more, and just advertise it as like mind sports. I did that in some schools, in like some elementary schools. I had I made a Go class, and I had like 5 students sign up, and then I made a mind sports class with Go, chess, and Scrabble, and I had like 24 students. Well,
I like Scrabble too. I have never played like seriously with Scrabble, but I'm a Scrabble fan too.
So I'm extremely bad at every subject outside of Go. That includes English. And then I found out they were using Chinese words in Scrabble, and I was like, this is bullcrap.
Oh yeah. Cheese in there.
Cheat is not a freaking English word. That's cheating, man. I suck at Scrabble so hard. Like, it's really bad.
I was trying to make a base there. Come on.
I mean, I need to play somewhere where I'm not just getting smoked.
I think you need some life and death.
Yeah.
All right, Cat.
5, 4, 3, 2.
With your fur. Go lay on the bed with the other kitty cats. Okay. The new chapters for Death Note was released last year. The one shot, is that the one with where Ryuk explains to this new Shinigami the story or whatever? And there's like the theory that Shinigami is technically light or something. There's that fan theory.
Really?
Yeah, it was like Ryuk was explaining to a Shinigami about his adventure, and there's a theory that Shinigami was light.
Huh. I did not know that there was an extension to Death Note. I thought it was just over.
I think it was just a
5,
short,
4,
like a bonus chapter.
3,
Thank you for the follow, Ride the Goat.
1.
Spoilers, Roxy is here, man. What if people haven't seen Death Note? Someone got Nightbot sniped.
Yeah, I saw that. Sorry, Ronan, for good games.
You really got to turn that off.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Like, it's important to have it, but I don't know how important it is, you know?
I mean, couldn't you just have, like, it just pop up invisible and moderators have to approve it before it'll show or something
Maybe.
like that?
That's a good idea. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
I do agree. It's not as exciting in the second half, technically.
Death Note?
Yeah.
Yeah, L was just like such a badass.
He was so good. Like, their fight was so good. I loved it.
I mean, Light was a very cool character too, but
I mean, he was like one of the best anti-heroes or villains. I don't even know what he is. Like, his whole persona was one of the best characters I've ever read or watched.
yeah.
10.
Dude, I hated how Bleach ended. Oh my god. It was so bad.
Bleach? You actually finished that crap? Bleach started so good. I loved Bleach. And then so overdone. Like, after Aizen, I was like, I'm done with this show.
Yeah, it got horrific.
I'd stop watching after Aizen, and then every once in a while, I would just pick up, like I would go to Books a Million and pick up the latest chapter, and I would just read the latest chapter, and I was like, so basically, no one's ever dead until they can't revive them anymore. That's basically what's happening. I think that's like more or less kind of how every fight after Aizen went, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not gonna lie, I have absolutely no idea what you guys are talking about at this point.
An anime,
Bleach.
anime nerds. Sorry.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, Naruto's ending was okay. I mean, like, it wasn't fantastic or anything, but like Bleach's was horrific.
5.
Well, I think we
Four,
can agree the
3,
ending of Naruto was
2.
good. The Kaguya wasn't good.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah, if we just take out the Kaguya, then it's really good. I mean, right? It was a really great story. It was an amazing story. If you don't read it, watch any of the fillers.
Yeah.
It was an amazing story and amazing character development, and I really loved it. And what the flip? Kaguya comes out of nowhere, just like, oh, I'm gonna kill like the big bad for no good reason.
Bye, Madara.
Very true, Killer Ducky.
Yeah.
Killer Ducky says I have a huge advantage due to not being a part of the anime conversation.
Maybe. Arguably. I think Life and Death has more to do with that, but spoilers, yeah. Yeah. Have you watched any anime, Seal Smith? I call you Seal Smith. I should just call you Smith. I don't even know.
Yeah, you Smith, CL, whatever. It's all good. I watched Dragon Ball Z as a kid, but I never was like super into it. Outside of that,
10.
never really watched much.
At least you've watched that.
5. 4.
I actually didn't watch Dragon Ball Z. I read it.
Oh wow!
Well,
nice.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's okay. I would say that's acceptable. But I will say that you missed a very what would you call it? A very important life experience for children, which is the Frieza saga of one episode a week.
Yeah, that was so frustrating trying to follow that week by week.
I know. Like, just even watching it straight through, it's
10.
such a long freaking fight. And then you watch one episode a week, and it's like a long freaking year of your life. It's insane how long that was. Yes, Code Geass was also really, really good.
Code Geass is fantastic.
The only anime character that actually succeeds, and I don't know if spoilers are okay, but succeeds in taking over the world. It's like, oh my gosh, that was such an epic scene. The only person I have known to ever take over the world correctly.
I actually liked Code Geass better than Death Note.
They have their own their own strengths and weaknesses and art styles, and there's so much to love about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Frieza saga, oh my gosh. To put it in perspective, in the anime, the end of the Frieza saga where Goku fights Frieza is the longest anime fight in history, unless someone's tried to stupidly outdo it. It's a 4-hour long fight just with their fight. We're not including the entire build-up to the fight. So, 4 freaking hours. And you divide that by 20 minutes per
5,
episode
4,
once a week.
3, 2.
That's a lot of free. And like every weekend, my brother and I were like, he's going to beat him today. He's going to beat him today. He's going to beat him today.
Today's the day.
Yeah. And then like he went Super Saiyan. He's going to get him today. Nope. 2 months later.
Yeah, I feel like they hyped up Frieza so much, and then like the new villains were just way better. Like Cell was so much stronger, wasn't he?
Yeah, but to be fair, Frieza was a freaking amazing villain before they came out, and then he just kept outdoing himself with more and more and more. He was a really good writer for shonen.
Mm-hmm.
He's not anymore, in my opinion. In my opinion, he should just stay retired. But I really, really enjoyed it. I will say he is notorious for plot holes and for being a pervert. But other than that, for shonen, he's really, really good for his writing stuff.
Oh, man, this is bad. This is not good. I haven't connected anything.
I'm so worried I'm gonna forget, like basically have exactly what happened last game, where I'm just gonna like forget that I need to. I've got like an isolated group that needs to get connected.
Yeah.
Or wait a minute, didn't I just have? Yeah, like that last move was a self Atari and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, your position is
Frieza's-
just so winning, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not commenting on the game, but there's a lot of dead Blackstones.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Thanks, Calm Tilt.
Yeah, apparently they said Frieza's considered one of the best main protagonists, or he was, until the thing we don't talk about happened.
You have won.
I resign.
Woo, nice. That's
GG.
the first 19 by 19 game I've won.
Review
All right.
started.
Congrats.
Nice.
Thanks, man. Good game. Good game.
Oh man, I
All right.
got destroyed in that corner.
All right, time to.
Yeah, I
guess.
I forgot that I needed to play G1 for a long time. I'm not sure, but like,
Yeah, you did a couple turns.
okay, yeah, because at some point I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, if he plays G1, I think he's got 2 eyes, and then like all of this is gonna be alive.
I was trying to create 2 eyes, but I thought G1 wasn't was gonna create 1 fake eye. That's
I
why
think in the back of my head I thought that too, and then I came and looked back at it and I was like, wait a minute, G1 looks like a problem.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well,
Alright,
yeah,
you guys in the
that
review?
was a fun game. Yeah, I'm in the review.
Yep, me too.
Alrighty.